Courage! So what's so good about courage? Isn't that what gets you in trouble? Like killed the cat? No, that's curiosity, but that also didn't kill the cat. If you're courageous, you won't listen to those silly sayings, and you'll be curious anyway. Let me give you an illustration. Not of curiosity, but of courageousness. Here's a ship. Say it's in the ocean, and there's rough seas. And up here we've got the captain. Hello, I'm the captain. Oh, there's a big wave coming. At this point, the captain can do two things. She can, well, I guess she could do more things, but we're just gonna explore two of them. She could do the fraidy cat chicken stuff reaction, or she could have the courageous reaction. Now let's explore the chicken stuff reaction first. Oh no, here comes a giant wave. It might damage my ship. What will I do? I'm so afraid. Let's steer away from it. Run, run. And as she's steering away, the wave comes and hits the boat on the side and capsizes it, and there's destruction and oh, and she's like, oh, why was I such a chicken? I got our boat destroyed. Rewind. Now she goes and tries it again, this time with a courageous response. Oh no! Here comes a big wave going to maybe destroy my ship. Yar! Wait a minute, I'm gonna steer the ship right into the wave, and we're gonna go right through it. And the bow of the ship splits the wave and it goes around the sides. And there's a little bit of jostling, but we go right through the waves and it's no problem. Yar! Isn't that excellent? Oh yes, very excellent. She has two voices, apparently. So the point there is, like, a lot of times, if you're afraid of things and you cringe and you, like, try to hide from them, a lot of times you get the results of what you're afraid of a lot worse than if you just say, you know what, this crap is coming, but I don't care, I'm just gonna blast right through it. Now, a big one is peer pressure. That's like probably the worst thing that, like, it just is all over us all the time. Like, even me, people are totally aware I don't listen to what anyone tells me. They still try to peer pressure me all the time into doing stuff. It's kind of ridiculous. And that'll be going on for, like, the rest of my life, I'm sure, and the rest of everyone else's life. People are always telling you what to do. But if you don't listen to what they're saying and just say, you know what, all you people around telling me that I'm going to kill myself if I do what I think, or that I'm not cool enough if I don't do what you do, or that I have to conform and buy the right stuff and do this and that. If I just say, well, you know what, I'm just going to ignore you people because that's silly, then you can just kind of blow right through the waves of peer pressure and it doesn't affect you. But if you say, oh, we're at the store and all my friends are buying something, I guess I better buy something too, even though I don't really want any of this crap. Okay, let me just whip out my credit card and just pick something and buy it, okay, just so I can fit in. That's crap! Because the more you do that, the more you get sucked in, and the more things you end up doing that you don't really want to do and you don't care about, and you just waste of time, totally. I guess I got a little excited there. Sorry. Anyway, so when you're like with friends and stuff, and they're all doing something, and they want to peer pressure you into doing something, I mean, it's totally valid to say, hey dudes, you know, I'm not going to do what you guys are doing because I think that's a waste of time, you know? No offense or anything, but I'm going to do what I want to do, which is not that. I hope that's cool. And, you know, you might be surprised at how many other people will say, you know what, I don't really want to do this either. I mean, I was just kind of doing it because I was like afraid that everyone would not like me if I didn't do it. But if you're not doing it, yeah, let's go do something we really want to do instead of, you know, doing what the TV commercials told us to do. And yeah, let's instead of doing this, let's go play frisbee in the park because that's free and no one's telling us to do it, but that's fun and that sounds like a great idea, for example. So peer pressure is a huge one, and that's coming from like people you know, and also from like all this media we're connected to all the time. The internet, me, hopefully not too much me. Maybe you should turn this off and stop watching right now. I could be influencing your decisions. Well, at least I'm telling you to do what you want. So, anyway, And there are multi-billion-dollar companies who spend like huge amounts of money trying to control the mob, because that's what you end up when you act afraid and just go along with what everyone tells you and accept this peer pressure. You just become this massive, like, huge blob of controllable people. And these people with huge budgets know how to control this mob of people who don't really think for themselves. It's not very difficult. So they put all these TV commercials and all kinds of stuff. And all that influence is not for your benefit. It's just to make them money. It's not a conspiracy. That's their job, you know? So if you go along with all that and just keep eating it up, your life gets kind of crappy. But if you start saying, you know what, I'm going to start making decisions for myself. And even if my parents say, what, are you insane? You can't do that. You're crazy. You have to follow the path that everyone else does, or else they'll think you're weird. Or your friends say, oh, you're gonna kill yourself. You can't do that. You can't move to the woods. That's crazy. Why would you do such a thing? Anyway, you start saying, all right, you know what, whatever. That's fine. I mean, you guys can say that all you want, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then your life just starts getting really cool because you're like doing the stuff you love to do. And all it took was a little bit of courage to stick your foot out there and say, I'm going to make a step in the direction I want to go. And that's it. And I'm going to make another step. And that's it. No one can stop me. And then, like, after a couple years go by, you start looking around and being like, wow, my life is like really cool, because like there's all this cool stuff that I really wanted to do that I was kind of afraid of. But the more I get through this wall of fear, the more it just disappears, and to the point where it's just like a pile of bricks on the ground. And there is no fear wall. You can just do what you love. And then you can, you know, even help other people to get out of the little fear slime that they're slopping around, and say, hey, you don't have to be afraid and like do what everyone tells you all the time. You can just like get up out of that slime and do what you want. The air is fresh up here and you can think. It's great. So that's the whole peer pressure thing is a major component of this whole courage idea in our current society. And then there's more of a universal kind of courage that stretches from like the beginning of life to like forever. And that's just like the basic things of like doing something that you're kind of afraid of, but you know it'll somehow make your life better. Or maybe you just want to try something and you're curious, or maybe you have an experiment, or somehow you just want to do something and it'll make you feel like you're alive, but you're kind of afraid. Now I know people who are afraid to go for a walk because they'll say things like, I can't go for a walk outside. What if I get lost in the woods and I'm gone? I've heard these stories about hikers. Well, you know what? Why are you getting so worked up? Go for a walk around your block. What's the big deal? You know where that is. You know, work up to the things that you're afraid of, that you feel like you can't handle. And then you can handle them one day. But people get so crazy and psych themselves out. And then they end up missing out on all these cool things that they would really love to do. But, they're afraid. Like some people want to go skydiving or something. That's not a huge one on my list or anything, but this is one that a lot of people bring up, which is like, they really want to do the skydiving thing, but it's scary. But you know that if you do it, when you're done, you're going to be like, wow, that was so awesome. All you have to do is take your foot and go step forward through that fear wall and just say, I'm doing it anyway. And, I deal with this all the time, like, coming up to the woods and building my house in the middle of the forest. Like, there's no one here to help. I was just totally on my own, and I was like, I really can't screw up, because if I screw up, I am screwed. But I said, well, what's the alternative? Living my life like in fear and not doing anything? No, I'd rather take the risk, because you know what? You could die at any second anyway. It doesn't matter what you decide. Now, I'm not saying, go make huge risks because it doesn't matter. You could die anyway, so screw it. I'm just saying, regardless of what decision you make, you could die at any moment. There could be an asteroid about to land on my head. Wait, maybe it's gonna land there. Anyway, I'm just saying that any decision you make could result in your own death, or destruction. You can't control every detail in the world. So kind of, I'm just standing over here for a minute though, but kind of let things go a little bit. Don't try to control every little detail. You know, try to make the good decisions so you don't do something stupid and get yourself killed or hurt for stupid reasons. But don't be afraid to live. I think that's about it.